The most memorable moment I can do from my military career that just sticks with me was probably 9/11. I'll never forget, I was an operations officer in charge of communications in the Middle East. And I never forget when I was in my office watching TV. I had CNN on one of the news, and I saw the first tower get hit. And I was like, wow, that's a good movie they getting ready to make. I'm thinking it was a movie. You know, they were showing a preview to a movie. And then all of a sudden I looked and I saw the headline and I was like, we're under attack. And I'm in the Middle East at the time, in one of the most strategic areas in the world. And I never forget calling my commanding officer and said, we need to lock everything down because we're under attack. So that moment, 9/11 would always stick with me throughout my life, because I just know where I was at and the people I was serving with at that time. And we all have that connection. And I never seen the country become so galvanized in that one moment. We train for those moments, even though we never want to have to implement them. But we train for situations. When you're on ships, you train for the ship getting hit, what we call damage control. And you try and control it so you can keep the ship afloat. So all those training exercises, we prepare for real world contingency. So that's why I tell people all the time, the military, we're always training, we train. And then when you first go in, you don't really understand why. You know, you just think it's, man, they just keeping us up. They just doing this. But as you move up in rank, you start to understand why we must train the way we train. And now, you know, I just look back on your career and, you know, just pray, because a lot of people don't have a chance to retire because those real world incidences causes people to lose their life. So I don't take life for granted because of seeing that, knowing some people I know that didn't make it home. It's a very challenging time, especially it can get emotional when you start to thinking about them.